Hey everyone, welcome back to Jeff Teaches Bowling. I'm Jeff Pirashot, and we've got a great ball review today. We've got a ball that I'm really looking forward to throwing. It's been pretty hyped since the announcement of its release. It's the Black Widow Mania from Hammer. This ball has obviously the gas mask core. It's one of the GOAT cores in bowling. It's been around for a long time, been extremely successful. The cover on this ball is the HK22 Cohesion Pearl, which is on the Hammer Effect, which a lot of people loved last year. So we've got the Black Widow core, the Hammer Effect cover. It's a recipe for success. This ball's probably going to be great, but I haven't thrown it yet. This ball's completely fresh, right off the drill press. I haven't thrown one shot with it, so you're going to see the first shots I throw as I throw them, and we'll see what the ball does. I'm hoping it's really good, but we'll take it on the lanes and we'll see what it does. Thanks. We're here at Strikers Lanes in Sunrise, Florida, for our first shots with the Black Widow Mania. This is just our regular house shot. It's a very heavy volume house shot. The lanes here are very burnt up. They're probably older than I am, 40, 50 years old. Jesus, I don't know how old these lanes are. But because of that, the track tends to get very burned up. So we need to start the lanes out with a decent amount of volume, probably more than your bowling center puts out, because they do get drier faster during the course of a night. So we're going to throw this Widow Mania. I'm a little bit scared of throwing this. I haven't thrown it yet. This is the first shot I've ever thrown with it. I just know this ball's going to do a bunch. I don't know I'm mentally ready for what it's going to do and how much and when. So I don't know. Let's just throw it and see. So I'm just going to start out with my feet on 17. We're going to throw this ball between the second and third arrows. And it's probably going to hook too much, but I've been surprised before. Ooh. Ooh, look at that thing turn. It looked, for a second, it looked like it was going to strike. And then it said, no, I am not going to do that. Wow. Okay. A lot of shape on this thing. A lot of shape. Okay. So, yeah. So now now the test comes, because now we're going to move into the part of the lane that's not drier. This is a heavier oil house shot, but it's still dry to the right. And okay, so I at least feel good knowing that this ball's going to hook in the dry. Let's see what it does in a big old slop pool of oil. So I'm just going to move my feet 4 left. I'll be standing on 21 and move my target a little left and see what happens. Ooh. Yeah, look at that turn. That's a violent turn. Wow. I didn't even get on that ball. It kind of slipped off my fingers and it still did that. Okay. All right, now I'm mentally ready, I guess. So, violent turn. Definitely with the much stronger gas mask core. Definitely does see the spot. Doesn't overhook. It kind of sets in the pocket. That's kind of what Black Widows are known for. And they've got the really high differential, 0.058. So this ball's going to flare a ton, which is why I drilled it, I think, with the pin so long. You can see the layout up top. Because balls, for me, that flare a lot, often just flare too much and they never hook. So I wanted to cut some of the flare down, but I wanted to keep the length in the flip. So I went with this layout to kind of tame the track flares. But pin up high to give it some nice sharp back end. So let's go. We're on 21 still. We'll throw that same shot again, see if I can catch it a little more. Ooh, I got it further right. I like the way that ball saw the spot but didn't hook immediately. It kind of stayed there for, did you see that? It saw the spot, it stopped skidding, went into the hook phase, but just kind of stayed there for about 3 or 4 feet, and it delayed that. I was afraid that ball was going to go through the face, and it actually just kind of held on and, didn't do any kind of silly overreactions, and that's really good. You don't get many pearl balls that just don't immediately go berserk when they hit dry. So that's kind of cool to see. Let's throw one more shot from here and see if we can throw it a little better. So still on 21. shot that, didn't get it as far right, and yeah, it hooked. Okay, that's what I was expecting. The last shot, it's kind of actually what I was hoping for. I want to move more left with this ball. I want to get this ball tested, see what this thing's got. So I'm not going to move just 2 and 1. I'm going to go 4 and 2. I don't think 2 and 1 is enough of an adjustment after what that ball just did. This violent back end, oof. This thing snaps. And this isn't like a close pin to PAP. What is it, 5 3/4 or something? 5 5/8, I don't remember, but it's up top, you can see it. This is a long pin to PAP, and it still hooks. So 4 and 2 from where I was puts my feet on 25. So let's see what this does. 25, I'm going to be looking at 15, which means I'm probably hitting about 17. I got up the back of that. Yeah, I got up the back of that a little bit, but it didn't stop it from flipping. It probably actually helped a little bit. If I would have got around that ball, it might have jumped. This thing hooks on the back. Ooh. Oh, Nelly. All right. Let's keep throwing it right there, see what it does. One more from there. That is like the classic Black Widow shape, just in a really violent package. Like, this is what Black Widows are known for, right? And they get down the lane, they see the spot, they come off it, and they just set up. That's what they all do. The solid ones, the pearl ones, the hybrid ones. For the last 15 years, 20 years, whatever it's been, it's just what Black Widows do. It's what they've always done, it's what they always will do. But you put different covers on it and you can tweak that, get it to do it in different places. A little more, a little less, a little earlier, a little later. And you play with layouts and surfaces and you get this a little even more tweakage. So throw another one there. Ooh, got that in, didn't catch it. Wow, really? That ball hit that hard and I just threw that awful? There's no way. I misleft in the puddle of oil. The ball slipped off my fingers. I didn't probably get within 50 RPMs of my normal shots. Normally I'm between like 425 and 450. That was probably about 375. There's no way that ball should have hit the pocket. It shouldn't have even hit the head pin. And it hit that hard and came off the spot in the puddle that much. Wow. Did not expect that. Okay. So now that makes me want to move left in the oil. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go another 4 left. So we're on 29 now. I have no idea what this ball's going to do. I feel like it's either going to, if I get around it, it'll flip enough. But if I come up the back of it or something, it's probably not going to be enough. It'll probably straighten out. All right, I got around it. Let's see what it does. Yeah, look at that. Didn't care about how much oil there was. It's fun bowling when you don't know what your own hand is going to do. Hey, if I come around it, it's going to do this. If I don't throw it good, it's going to do that. I don't know what it's going to be. And then you let go of the ball and you're like, okay, that's what happened. Let's see what it does. I am sure all of you can relate to that. I am not trying to fool anybody and think that I'm a superstar. But yeah, okay, let's back to 29. And we'll throw this again. Got around it, threw that a lot better. Whew. Damn, this thing is violent. As long as this ball hits dry, it shoots off the spot. That's always good to see. All right, let's go more left. I feel like if I get it in the oil from this deep, it's probably not going to hook enough. All right, let's try that one time. I'm going to miss left on purpose. And we'll see what happens. Just out of curiosity, I want to know. You probably want to know also. So I'm standing on 29. I'm going to move my target about a board left. Yeah, that's pretty much what we expected, right? It was going to go long. It was going to flip. Would it be enough? We don't know. It got to the pocket, so that was nice. I was almost half expecting like a 2-8-10 or something. So that was good. All right, let's move a little more left, and then we'll do some comparisons. Got a couple of balls to throw against it. All right, let's see. A little more left. So I was on 29. We'll go to 34, so that's 5 left. I'm just gonna wheel this thing. Yo, coast to coast. Yeah, still comes off the shot, still comes off the spot. Still comes off the spot. All right. We'll reset it, give myself a full rack. All right, I'm gonna go more left. I mean, hook too much. We'll just keep going. So what was I, 30, what was I, 35? 34? I don't know, let's go to 38. I don't know where I was, I know where I'm going. 38. All right. We'll really hook this thing. Got around it. This is pretty good ball. Definitely comes back from there. It's definitely pretty good. Can do a lot of different things, but even you see the shape is still the same. It's got that violent snap, but it still sets. It's that classic Black Widow shape. So let's throw a couple of comparisons. So first I'm going to throw this Widow Mania. I'm going to go back to where I was so you can kind of get a feel for where I was normally. So I don't know, let's stand on 23. That should be good. Stand on 23. Got it in. Okay, so that's the normal shot. So let's throw, oh, I have a Black Widow 3.0. Let's throw that. So this is the 3.0 that was released about a year ago, the orange and black solid one. For me, this is more than likely just going to be earlier and smoother. It's a little lane shine. It's not, as dull as it was when it came out of the box. So let's take a look. I got that right. And you can see it reads it. It's smoother, it's a little earlier. So very expected. There's definitely not as violent off the spot. Absolutely. All right, let's throw one more with that ball. Try not to get it as far to the right this time. So one more with the 3.0. Same place, still standing on 23. There we go, I got that in where the other one was. And you can see, just much slower in the soup. It reads it earlier, but it just doesn't do as much. Absolutely not. So that's actually one of those times where if you're doing that, if you're in the oil, a lot of times when you're in the oil, people want to use the bigger ball, the one that hooks earlier. The problem is sometimes the earlier balls are smoother, and you can see that one read earlier, just didn't do anything. So sometimes you actually want the longer and stronger ball when you're playing in a soup of oil, because it will do something on the back end. And because it's a longer, heavier pattern, it's got less time to do something. So you want the ball that's just going to do more. It's going to see it and do more. Even though the solid one sees it earlier, it's overall going to just do less because it needs so much more time to do it. That's why people refer to a ball as slower or faster off the spot. Slower just means that the reaction is going to be slower. It's going to take more time to do it. If you don't have the time, like on a bigger or a longer pattern or a heavier oil pattern, the slower ball might not be good. Like, it has to be so much earlier to make up for it, and sometimes you don't have that. So let's throw hammer effect. Asymmetric pearl versus asymmetric pearl. And remember, this has the same cover that the Widow Mania has. So it's just the cores are different. The gas mask core being a lot stronger, I think. Yeah, you can see it's a little smoother, just a little less off the spot. The Widow Mania, it's just a more ball, it's just more violent off the spot. And you can see the difference. So we'll throw one more with the effect. One more from the same spot, still standing on 23. Got it right, into the dry. And you can see how much slower and straighter and smoother it is off the spot. So let's try back to the Widow Mania. We'll go back to the right. I mean, no, we'll stay where we are, but we'll get it right. Excuse me. So I want to see, because the kind of the benchmark shot I threw a couple of shots ago was a little more in the oil. Let's see what this one does when I get it right, just like I got that one right. And you can kind of see the shape difference. So still standing on 23. Get this one right and see what happens. See how hard that reads compared to the effect. It just sees it a little earlier because the core is stronger, and it just comes off the spot way harder. And this is a weaker layout than my effect. My effect, you can check out my Hammer effect video on the channel. The pin is more above the bridge, and on my Widow it's more towards the middle finger. So this Widow has a weaker layout than my effect does, and it still does that. So yeah, definitely stronger than the effect if that's what you're looking for. Definitely more in the back end, I would think, if that's what you're looking for. Last one with the Widow, and that's a good shot to end it on. All right, let's wrap it up. So that's my review of the Hammer Black Widow Mania. If you liked what you see and you like my reviews, please hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, give me a follow here on YouTube. I appreciate it. You can also check me out on Facebook at Jeff Teaches Bowling. If you have any questions, you can drop them here, drop them there. Check us out. As usual, thanks to the Brands of Brunswick, Strikers Lanes, and also Genesis Bowling for their continued support. We appreciate it here at Jeff Teaches Bowling. And until the next review, we'll see you next time.